So I guess I'll just start with kind of how I started. I grew up with like a pretty decent background. My parents and my family, there was like a lot of shame just swelling that was just really deep that surrounded my family. And so my parents didn't know how to really parent and really like love each other. And so what that created was a household of tension and striving. And so because of that, pretty much growing up, I felt like my value was in what I could do, in my good grades, and how good I looked, in performance, and then also how well I was pleasing my parents, who were very much, had a toxic marriage, so they were very much constantly against each other, and I was either like triangulated to one parent or the other. And so my affection came from who I was alliance with. And I really think that really developed into like a lot of people pleasing, wearing what I struggle with right now. So basically that's who I was pretty much until I was like 17, and that's when I met Jesus. I was people pleasing, went to church on and off, knew what to say, really thought that I knew the Lord, but then a friend actually just confronted me and asked me straight up, and I was like, yeah, I know Jesus. And then slowly but surely the scales fell off my eyes, and I realized one night in my room, like at 12 in the morning, wait, I actually don't know God. And it was so scary. And so I kept praying into the early hours of the morning. And I was just telling my friend, like, this is not working. Like, I don't feel anything, like nothing's happening. And then he just said, have you told God what you would give up? And he was talking about repentance. And so that really broke through the wall of like me having to realize everything that I was enslaved to. And so I told God what I would give up. And that's when it really broke through. And I actually felt this physical weight off my shoulders. And then I opened the Bible, and it was into 1 John, and it was talking about how God is light, and how in him there's no darkness at all. And for the first time, it actually made sense to me. Like I was reading it through scaled eyes, and it didn't make sense, but suddenly it absolutely made sense. And so that was a really pivotal moment for me when I actually became a child of God. However, I still had that burden of people pleasing and of just needing to be perfect. So I really struggled with like there was one pendulum, and then there was the next pendulum. So before I was like super, just performance oriented, and then I just got to this place where I was like, whatever, I'm gonna have sex when I go to college. Like I'm gonna do all these things. And then I realized, oh wait, this is where I was living. And I opened up my closet and I saw the clothes that I was wearing, and just realized that something had to change. And so it did. But I was in this other performance oriented, I have to be this perfect daughter mindset. And so went to college and had this really consuming doubt of, is my testimony real? Is God real? And I felt so much shame from that. And God slowly but surely surrounded me with people to help break that and to remind me of who I was. And that was very, very powerful. But I still had a lot of strongholds. So fast forward to 2014, met Sam, and started this relationship. We still fell into sexual sin. And so I still did what I originally set out to do before I knew the Lord. And so that devastated me. And so the shame that I felt that was kind of hovering over just came crashing down. And so like I fell into this deep depression. I already had a ton of anxiety, but then I really met depression. And it just made sense as to why I wasn't worthy and why I shouldn't be here. So a verse that I had like clung to before the depression hit was Philippians 1:6, which talks about, be confident in this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion into the day of Christ Jesus. And that is a good verse, but I see it differently now. Before, I thought, yes, God is going to fix me. He's going to fix my doubt. I'm going to be a good Christian. I'm going to be a good daughter. I'm going to be worthy of his love. It means something different now. Because before, the reason I fell into sin, and the reason I kept being overcome by shame is because I didn't know that I was the And through this incredible, like, extreme depression and anxiety and just walking through the shame and just the thoughts and the swirling things that I just felt like I couldn't get control of, God was patient with me. And so during that time, I actually started coming to the awakening. And I didn't even tell myself this, I didn't let myself know, but I was super, super offended by the kids. I know. I was super offended. But I didn't let myself know this, I didn't let God know this, although He knew. I didn't tell anybody. But I was so offended how these kids could just run around, be themselves, no expectations. It wasn't about what they could give, and they were so loved. I was jealous. And I realize now, like, over time, it's because I really didn't see myself as the beloved. For me, it was still about what I could give. I had to keep it up. I had to keep being. I had to keep working if I deserved a seat at the table. Because I didn't see myself as a child. And honestly, I didn't really get the opportunity to be a beloved child growing up. So over time, in the midst of my extreme just brokenness and just darkness, through being married and just through God sending people to love me when I just really did not love myself, didn't even really know myself, it just showed me that God was still there and still working and still telling me I am the beloved. And so what I'm in right now, it's not perfect. I still get into those dark mindsets sometimes, but I'm like in a childhood 2.0, which is really cool. So God is like reminding me, telling me of who He is. He's reintroducing Himself to me over and over until I get it in my mind that I am the beloved. And so He is the perfect parent. Like Travis said, He is the eternal Father. And so one verse that has really been amazing during this season is Joel 2:25. It says, "So I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten, the crawling locust, the consuming locust, the chewing locust, my great army which I sent among you. You shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you. And my people shall never be put to shame." So my encouragement to anyone in here is that for a long time I felt like I messed up too bad. And that the daughtership that I tried so hard to get, I messed it up and it was gone. But even while that was my reality, that's all I saw. God was saying the whole time, that's not true. So I know I'm seeing Philippians 1:6 as God is going to fix me. What God is doing is just showing me who I really am. And through that, through being the beloved, that's when I can truly step in to true sonship, to being a true daughter. And so that's my encouragement to you if you're in a season, or if you've been in a season where you feel like you just messed up everything. And it's not even, oh, my parents messed me up, or I was abused. You just really feel like you messed everything up. I mean, He says all the locusts, the crawling ones, the consuming ones, the chewing ones. So even if you are the locust that ate and destroyed all of those years, I want to encourage you that God will restore it. He promised. It doesn't matter who messed it up. He loves you enough that He will show you. He will not stop until you see that